Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dicewarmers, a podcast where we talk about all things geeky and we sometimes have structure and coherent thoughts. I'm Vass, and with me today, as always, we have Cazz.
Hi.
And David.
And a good day to you.
I bet you thought I was going to change the intro again, didn't you?
I actually did,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was expecting my name to come first.
I was expecting David to go first, and I was just like, I've got a minute. I can just okay.
Yeah.
See, if I change it all the time, then it's not.
Then it just becomes the
special.
new norm.
Expect the unexpected.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Expect the unexpected. Where's that?
Du-du-du-du-du-du.
That's from a
It's the
theme song, from an intro theme song for something that I've watched.
Okay.
It sounds like a slogan or something.
It does sound like a slogan. And I'm not
expect the
saying like a
unexpected.
TV series I watched invented it, but it sounds like a cartoon I watched. Expect the unexpected.
I don't know. It's a quote from Oscar Wilde, so.
I think they do
Unexpected.
use in a lot of mystery sort of shows, don't they? As sort of like advertising, like expect the unexpected next week on something.
Maybe.
gonna
I mean,
bug me all day
I
now.
do like to say that one a lot. Expect the unexpected.
Oh, it's from the Tiny Tunes.
Tiny Toons.
Yeah.
Oh, those for the Warners.
The scripts were rejected. Expect the unexpected.
Oh right, Animaniacs.
Yeah, it's Animaniacs. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Animaniacs, yeah.
dun. I still haven't watched the new reboot. Have you?
No. Not yet.
I think they
I
got
mean,
all the
obviously-
Hulu money. So, yeah.
And Tiny Toon Adventures is about to start.
Have you looked up the lyrics? Are you going to sing the whole thing?
No, I'm remembering random things from the lyrics now.
throughout the whole thing. By the end of this recording, you'll have sung the whole thing in little snippets.
And then I can stitch it together and make like a coherent. But it's gonna be like in
right.
a robot voice.
It's going to be completely
It's
gonna be
coherent when
completely
those
out of
words.
sync.
It's like those songs that they make, like they stitch together like politicians' lines, and they make him say like stuff.
Was it Lip Sync? Isn't there a channel called Lip Sync? Or
Probably.
can't remember.
There's a TV
channel
show called Lip
Everything.
Sync, lip syncing or something like that, and obviously they get celebrities to dress up, dance, and lip sync famous songs.
Oh, I have seen.
I
I've seen
haven't
clips.
seen many of them. I've seen a few clips of them, and they do look really
Isn't
funny.
there a TV show called Your Voice Sounds Familiar? Or Your Face
Sounds
familiar?
No,
I think.
I've never heard of that.
Oh.
Well, it is. It plays in Greece. I'm not sure if it's in the UK. and
Your
I'm not
voice
sure.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's either Your Voice. So it's famous people who dress up as other famous people.
Oh, there's
And they
something like
imitate
that,
them,
but I think
and-
it's like The Masked Singer or something.
Yes, that I can confirm. Yes.
All right, okay. I've never seen it. I have heard of it, but I've never seen
I've
it.
seen it in passing, like as my mother was watching it when I was back in
Mm.
Greece. Like I was passing by, I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, I didn't realize Freddie Mercury was still alive. Oh no, okay, it's that other guy. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not.
Do they sort of catch you out? So do they dress up as someone who is related to them or totally different? You know.
And usually they try to go for the extremes. So like they'll take a guy and make him like dress up as a famous woman,
Oh, right.
or something.
Weird.
Yeah, so they try to go to the extremes because then the transformation is more impressive, I guess. And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Still fucking weird.
yeah, but because
That reminds me. Have you seen if you've seen the
normal
Masked Singer?
TV is not enough anymore, Cazz. You have to go. Weird.
No, that
Like,
is true.
It used to be that like you had shows like Faulty Towers and it was fucking amazing, but now
Oh yeah, but there's a few episodes of those they've kicked out, haven't they?
Yep.
yeah, they have. You know why? Because they're pussies. Yeah.
Comedy has changed.
Yeah, comedy has changed a
A lot of
over
things
the
a lot of
years.
things have changed, but art is art.
Yeah, at the end of the day, art is art, and
Yeah.
TV and film is a form of art.
And I
You
don't
don't see
appreciate
them banning naked pictures
exactly.
in galleries.
Yeah.
But I can understand it offending people, but at the same time, just don't watch it.
I don't appreciate being babysitted. I don't appreciate that someone comes along and says, "Ooh, you can't decide for yourself. We'll decide for you." Fuck
Yeah.
There is one particular show that I would say you must only watch a few episodes of. Have you ever listened or watched The Goodies?
The Goodies?
Yes.
No.
David, if you've watched it, chances are we haven't.
Oh,
But
it's
go
a
on.
it's a comedy from the middle of the 70s to 80s about a trio of basically we do a job every week kind of deal. However, some of the episodes get a bit racy. It's horrible. Some of the
I mean,
stuff
it's
they do on it.
70s, 80s. It's
Did you
going to be
say
a bit.
racy or racist?
Racy as in racist.
No, racy means a different thing, David. I shouldn't be
Oh.
lecturing you on your own language.
Sorry.
Racy is like it doesn't mean racist.
No.
Wow. It
Racy is basically it covers a few topics that are a little bit out there. Racist is racist. So
yeah, it is. It's definitely of the time, and there's one.
So yeah, it's
Like,
racist,
okay, so
sexist, homophobic, all of them. Because
I don't understand.
back
Like,
then that was comedy.
should we ban H.P. Lovecraft, for instance? Should we take his books out of circulation? He was an openly racist author, but he was a product of his time. He lived in the 20s, for God's sakes, in the U.S. I'm not saying everyone who lived in the U.S. in the 20s were racist, but I can understand why. You know, if he had the
Yeah,
same
I think-
views in 2020, then yeah, okay, you're a fucking bigot. And
I think we need to kind of take a step away from these things, because we are going to have some listeners that are not going to not going to
No,
agree
but
with us, and
I-
that's fine. But let's not
look,
put ourselves in a position where they
you can
might.
have your own position or whatever. I just
You
want to.
can have.
I just want to put
everybody
out
can have
that
a different position.
a policing state is not a good thing.
No.
People don't allow people to treat you like idiots. Don't allow people to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. Basically, you have a mind of your own. Make your own decisions, and if you think something is in bad taste or it shouldn't exist, just ban it from your life. And if enough people
That's
do
what
it,
they're
it will
doing.
go away.
Banning it for your life or banning it from everybody's life.
Yeah, but that's not what they should be doing.
No,
That's
they
what-
shouldn't be.
We should self-regulate.
If you don't like it, don't look
Yeah.
at it. It's as simple as
Nope.
that. It's
Societies
art at the end of the
should
day.
self-regulate.
It's not. They're
yeah.
not coming into your home and forcing you to look at it.
Exactly.
You're
You have-
choosing to
you have
do
the
so.
option of not
Yeah.
participating in that thing. And obviously you can express yourself and say, okay, that's racist. But don't ban it for other people just because you disagree with it. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on, please.
Moving on. Did you have any sort of new books available or anything being announced this week? I know I have, but I'm curious to see if before I say mine, if you all have
not
something new.
books announced, but books that I've been waiting for are getting closer to release. Does that
All
count?
right. Like
what are they?
So I've got a couple. I've got
Mhm.
Rivers of London, the role-playing game, which I know we're all expecting very eagerly
Oh.
because we've read the book and we're like, yes,
Yeah,
finally.
the RPG itself, I think, would be really good. I just don't like the main character of the book.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
as simple
look,
as that. I don't
to
like
be-
the main character, so
to be
I'm not
fair,
gonna.
to be fair to the author, we only read the first book. All right, we haven't read
Yeah,
a couple.
I
and
didn't
we're like,
give
okay.
it enough chance, okay? But I didn't like the main. I didn't like the main character.
I think
I'm not
the
gonna
setting,
stop disliking
though,
the main character.
the setting
Oh,
has
the setting
merit
sounds
for a role-playing
awesome.
game.
Yeah. It's basically fantasy based in the modern world, which is what so many people want. It's phase, but in modern society.
Is it
So-
strange? I actually, when I read the book, I was thinking oh yeah, this is very 1980s. Is it very weird that I thought that?
1980s.
Yes, it is weird.
1980s, 90s, where there was a lot more chunk technology, where you don't just bring up your phone and does everything. You had to go somewhere to do something, or
Oh yeah, but that's the police for you. They don't have modern technology.
I mean, the
They
book
can't afford
made
to
it
pay-
very clear that
They can't
it was
afford to
set in-
buy brand new computers every
Like the
year that they
NHS.
come out. Yeah, it's like any big company. You know
Uh,
full well that
I
most
swear-
big companies that are not for profit, specifically like the NHS
I swear to God, I was given a
police,
laptop
things like that. They
work
don't
from
get
home.
given new things. It just doesn't happen. They can't afford it.
What was that, Vass? You said about your...
Yeah, sorry, I interrupted Cazz there. I apologize. I was given a laptop to work from home, and it's a brand new one, and it has Windows 10 on it.
Windows
and
10?
It's so much better than the work laptop. The computer. That I'm starting to think I'm going to bring it into the office as well when I'm not working from home.
I think you
Because
should.
it's so much faster.
I think you should.
So
What
much
have you
more
got in the
things
office
done.
then? XP?
Windows 7. No. It is Windows 7 on
Windows. That's not too bad.
on
Not 95 then.
PCs that were 5 years old when XP were out.
I bet you they're not flat screen and you've just got like a chunky monitor.
No. We do have some flat screens.
I could just imagine the NHS having like
But
those white off-white monitors that were like massive chunky beasties.
Oh, we got decent monitors. It's just the PCs are like really old. Like it honestly takes my PC like 5 minutes to boot. And
is there
then
a SCART socket or a DVI socket like the back, but no other?
It's all HDMI and stuff. But if you have like more than like 5 tabs open, it's just no, you can't do that. Sorry.
Yeah, see, my work computer's got to be fast. The software I run on it will not run on anything that's too slow. I've had to increase the memory on it. Like, it's not standard company laptop. They've actually had to increase the memory on it just so that it'll run the software I'm trying to run on it. It's nuts.
Anyway, back to geeky things. Sorry, I didn't know how we got to
geeky
NHS.
things. Computers are geeky things.
Yeah, but
geeky
the NHS is not
computers.
so much. I
no,
mean, it has a lot of geeky aspects. A lot of geeks in the NHS.
But to be honest, we're talking about computers, and I'm looking at my awesome, fancy new computer with shiny lights and my 34-inch monitor, and it's.
Okay,
I'm pretty chuffed with mine at the moment.
Stop showing off.
I'm allowed to every night.
You know what?
It took me 8 months to get this bloody computer.
Go on,
and some people still want 12.
It was so difficult to get a graphics card that it's just like, I think I was waiting from November.
Yeah.
From November
all
the way through to May, I managed to get it, and it was just.
Haven't NVIDIA, or I was going to say NVIDIA, but NVIDIA. It's like an old NVIDIA. Haven't they announced recently that they're going to change the latest graphics cards to be cheaper to make?
The latest graphic card that's come out is the 3080, right? I waited months and months and months for the 3060. I've only just gotten it, and they've just released the 3080. I am pissed. Like if I'd known.
Cazz, the 3080 has been out since the 3060. They released the whole line together. 3060, 3070, 3080. They all released at the same time.
Unless it's a TI.
I think it must be the TI. They've just.
Yeah, but I think what David was trying to say is that they're disabling the things that cryptocurrency miners like. But it's too little too late.
It's absolutely crazy. It's not. The thing is, it's not just that. It was a perfect storm, really. Everyone was stuck at home, so they were all buying computers to play at home, gaming at home, interacting with other people, socializing,
and you have to realize,
all of this Bitcoin crap, and it just all happened at the same time.
Also, the factories that are making these chipsets, they have to sell to everyone. So it's Microsoft making a new console, Sony making a new console, Nintendo making a new console.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, people.
What you mean the
Switch Plus?
The Switch Plus.
Yeah, I mean that's actually the name they call it. Well, in the leaks, we don't know yet officially.
Nintendo Switch Plus.
I was hoping they were going to call it the Super Switch.
I was hoping they would call it the Nintendo Switch 3D.
Ooh,
I would like a 3D Switch.
I wouldn't. I know you like the 3D from 3DS.
The only issue with naming it like that is that they'll come into with a Wii U.
It would be a naming disaster, David, if they named it that and it didn't have 3D.
Yeah, it would be an absolute disaster if it didn't have 3D.
But if they call it the Switch U,
it would still be a better name than Xbox Series X. Granted.
That's true. Oh my god.
And the other
Xbox.
company,
Microsoft.
Series S.
What were you thinking?
Oh, what were they thinking about all of the names of their bloody
Yeah.
Xboxes?
Xbox.
Just do what
Xbox
Sony
360.
did. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, see,
5.
the problem is that if they did that, they would have the Xbox 4 now, and Sony would have the PlayStation 5, and they don't like that.
Nope.
No.
It would seem
Because
like they were
everybody
one
would.
behind.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they could just up it and be like, it's the Xbox 6.
Yeah, just
yes,
skip
because
a
we had
number.
Press out 1 and
iteration
2.
between.
You do it in Windows.
Press out
You
1
don't,
and
you don't
2.
give a shit
Yeah.
in Windows. And you go Windows
You just
7,
call it-
Windows
Call it
10.
Yeah, every time they bring out a new Windows, just bring the Xbox, line it up with that same name. So we'd be on Xbox 10.
There we go. Problem
They
solved.
could do that, yeah. Problem solved. We know then the numbers go in order. Done.
Yeah. And we know what fucking Xbox to buy, Microsoft.
Exactly. The highest
Jesus
number.
Christ.
But
And
not
now,
the S.
yeah, but they done fucked up, didn't they? Let's be honest. Because
Yeah, it's too late now.
they called it the X and the S and stuff, and then people ended up buying the older one.
Well,
So-
the Xbox One X.
So the
Yeah.
internet is buzzing now with news of the new Nintendo Switch. That it's not officially announced yet at the time that we're recording this, but there's a lot. There's enough leaks from enough reputable sources now that it's probably going to happen. And apparently, it's a 4K system now with an 1080p display on mobile.
Nice. Yeah.
Not mobile, but you know what I mean. Like when it's not docked.
Handheld.
Yeah, handheld. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. I'm not too excited about it because I wanted Nintendo to have like the successor to the 3DS. I want like a smaller form device that I can put in my back pocket and take with me. Like the 3DS
Switch
XL
Micro.
for me was the machine. Like it was amazing. I loved it. I loved it was perfect. Size was perfect. It folded. It had 2 screens. It was mwah. Oh.
I still had the turquoise edition. I bought it day one, the turquoise edition.
And
I
it
got
was hackable.
Rayman with
You
that.
could install emulators on it and all that.
Ooh.
I loved it.
Oh, naughty, but
No, it's not.
it's not.
I said emulators, didn't say pirated games.
But emulator, never mind. But no, I'm interested to see what the game comparison is like if they bring out Breath of the Wild 2 and it's a better version on the new console, but then a worse version on the old console. You don't want that to be too noticeable.
I don't think they would do that. I mean, what are the pros with having the Plus in comparison to just the Switch?
Well, they think they're gonna try to get the power up. So like
Right,
a beefier like graphics card, a beefier CPU, and all that. Obviously, it's not. It's not going to compete with Sony and Microsoft because it's not trying to. They're doing their own thing, and I totally respect that. And I think it's the smartest choice because they have their own audience, and their audience is happy, and they want to keep it happy, so they're doing their own thing.
You sure it's not called the Nintendo Switch Pro?
Well, no one is sure about anything at this point. I don't know because
I
they
don't
haven't
know,
announced it yet.
So it's. I mean, it's
could
not
be
the same
Pro,
thing,
it
is
could
it?
be Plus. We
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be Plus because they kind of like that with any reiteration of a console. Like you had the new Wii Remote Controller Plus, or the little
I
add-on.
think it's just
Although they did
haven't
have the
decided
Pro
on name of
controller
who
as
they are.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
The Pro
Anyway,
controller.
I just hope that it doesn't create any problems with games. Like
I
people
hope
who
not.
want to purchase on the older system, like they get a worse experience or whatever.
Yeah.
I hope that games will be optimized for both systems. And
well, it's similar
I
to.
hope so. They didn't really. Sorry, David. I was going to say
Oh, no
they didn't really do that with the actual. Oh, for God's sake, I've forgotten the words. The DSs.
right.
Like a lot of them would overlap, so they weren't too bad.
Yeah, but like the 3DS, yeah, they played like the exact same cartridges, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as long as you've got the cartridges, I suppose.
Anyway,
it's not a problem.
I mean, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
I think the only locked game that was on the new 3DS, so you had the 3DS and then the new 3DS, was Xenoblade Chronicles. They brought that out on the 3DS, and then you had to have the new console in order to play it. It had it on the box.
Yeah, but I think that was
only
just
exception.
because they'd stopped producing games for the DS for quite some time, and they were like, "Well, we're not making games for that console anymore." Simple as.
But I was
which
actually
is
getting
fair.
excited about the new Switch, but now I don't know if I'm gonna purchase it, just because in my head what I wanted it was like a portable system, and I think me personally, I'll be much happier buying like a used 3DS XL and just hacking it out and having like Super Nintendo emulators on it and MAME and making it like my dream like portable machine. And
I think for me it will depend on what it does, because I love the Switch and it is quite portable. In my eyes, I see it as quite portable because
it is
I
very
carry
portable.
a lot of stuff around with me anyway for plugging into other people's TVs and stuff like that. Like obviously when we were actually going around people's houses. So
back in the
it
day.
was all in its own dedicated bag, which was easy enough to just pick up, grab, and go out. So it's portable enough. It's more portable than say your Xbox, your PlayStations, your computer,
oh god, yeah,
things like that. Yeah. So it's still. I think I'll have to see what the price is and what the benefits of having the
they
Pro
said it's
/
going to be
Plus,
more
whatever
expensive, than
Yeah,
the
I was
current
looking at it.
Switch.
It was like 360 quid or something
What?
stupid like that.
360? That's nearly as much as a PS5.
Yeah, it's expensive. I mean, there's no official information released yet, is there? So that's just speculation.
Keep in mind that Nintendo has never had a price drop on the Switch since release, right?
No.
It still sells.
That is true.
It actually, I'm fairly sure it went up last year.
Probably, well, not officially, but because the demand was so high.
Yeah, because the demand was so high. Obviously, everybody was looking to get a Switch. And
why would they cut the price? Like, Switches were sold out the second they hit the shelves. Why would they? Yeah, that would be stupid.
Well, yeah, I got my Switch pretty much straight away. Really, I was waiting for it to come out.
I think from our little group of people, you were the first one to get the Switch, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think I pretty much got it straight away. I was waiting for it to come out, and then all I had to do was justify it with myself. And then I was like, you know what? I'm getting it.
We all know how that conversation goes. I deserve this. You know what?
I'm pretty good at holding off.
I'm not.
But I think in the end, I bought it for myself for my birthday.
I'm really good. Like the second I have something in my head, like I have to have it. I'm like a child. I'm
actually the opposite. I'm usually pretty good with my money when I'm spending it on myself. But if I'm spending it on someone else, oh god, I am awful with money. I just spend all my money on other people. It's nuts.
Do you go like, oh no, I can't get that. It's like £40 or so. It's like, no, I can't get that. However, I would get this £30 pack of dice. Yes, that'll be worth it.
Oh, if it's dice, no. I'm trying to be really well behaved with dice. Okay, so I have managed to curb my desire to spend a lot of money on dice by doing a dice subscription.
Okay.
Right, so it's Critical Kit dice subscription. Right, that's the name of them, Critical Kit. And I pay £8 a month, and they send me some dice and a nice little badge sometimes, or a key ring, something like that. So it's just kind of like holding it at bay.
Yeah.
And I figure it's not too bad, some of the dice that come out of it are really, really nice.
Ooh. Nice.
Like they've got like sparklies and shinies, and they're just pretty dice. And we all know how I feel about my dice. Okay, I threaten to bomb
dice, right?
I threatened to bomb an airport if they cut open my dice. That's how bad it was.
Wasn't it in an actual episode?
You blanked it for my memories, honestly.
That was, yeah.
Oh,
that
fuck.
was bad.
Is that recorded?
It was.
Shit.
But I wouldn't actually do that. We all know I wouldn't actually do that. However, I got very passionate.
It doesn't matter for the NSA, Cazz.
I got very passionate about them.
They have a record now.
I just won't take dice anywhere with me that requires them to review them.
If you ever need to enter the US, you're in trouble.
Oh, I know.
But let's be honest. So am I.
I'm not likely to go to the US anytime soon.
if the National Security Agency of the US has access to my internet search history, I'm in big fucking trouble.
I'm fairly
Ooh.
sure
Like-
every GM in the world is in big fucking trouble,
Yep.
but you have been looking for a lot longer than most.
Oh man.
You've been a GM for how long now?
Too long. Well, I started. When the fuck did I start? I don't know,
90s?
Put him on the
I'm
spot
too-
now.
I'm too old to remember. I don't know, guys. 26 years, 27
Oof.
years, something like that.
Yeah, so your Google search history is just like
Yeah. Well, I don't
before
know.
Google was around.
Did we have Google 27 years ago?
No, it was like AOL and shit like that, wasn't
And
it?
Ask
Oh,
Jeeves.
man.
Remember Ask Jeeves?
Yeah, Jeeves.
Yeah.
Ask Jeeves was like yesterday in internet
Yahoo.
history years.
Yahoo was another search engine for a while, wasn't it?
Oh, someone bought Yahoo for like $1 gazillion. It was like a
Yeah.
big
Oh,
buyout,
yeah.
and then they regretted it. Probably Microsoft. They tend to do these things.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Yahoo kind of just fizzled out. I think the only decent thing about Yahoo is the Yahoo questions, because some of the answers on there are just so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
shit!
that
I browse
closed,
them
didn't
all
it?
the time.
Yeah, that was the best thing about it.
I
Some of the
got caught
questions. Now they're on Reddit, so it's not so bad. But
the other day. I got caught into. I'm not sure if it was Yahoo answers, but anyway, I got caught into this small well of royalty questions. Like
Alright.
people were
Okay.
criticizing, Harry in the interview and blah blah. And
Ugh.
Jesus Christ, people are really passionate about that
I
shit.
know.
Yeah, there are a lot of patriotic
Both
people
camps,
in this country.
Yeah, both camps,
Yeah.
like the Harry
Mm.
pro and camp and the go fuck yourself Harry camp. Like both of them are. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, people are
Yeah.
very patriotic, and it's a bit ridiculous, really.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
they're just very passionate about the royals in general. Like
Mhm.
the way I see it, they bring in quite a bit of money for
Tourism.
They do.
Other than that, I'm not that fussed about them.
I was thinking now. Speaking of Google,
Mm.
Yes.
and you know how we're progressing to become a starfighting nation. What the fuck are you doing, phone? I said
It wants to
Google.
talk.
I said Google.
I
that's
said
the
Google,
problem.
and the phone was like, "Oh, it's talking to me." I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
You can fuck off. So, I'm thinking Google will actually, in the future, be like a proper like nation. They're gonna colonize a section of space, and they're gonna be totally independent, and they're gonna be a thing.
Yeah,
The
but
Googling empire.
so are Disney and Microsoft.
I'm not sure. They're not big
Disney
enough.
definitely will.
Yeah. Disney will probably rename
Disney
a few
pretty
planets.
much own the world themselves anyway. Like you've got Disney World and Disneyland and Disney this. Like there are a lot of them. So they already own a lot of the land. So they're gonna own Earth, and then Google is gonna own all of the satellites around Earth. They're gonna be owned by Google.
No, I'm talking like far into the future, like 2500. You know, what is that gonna look like?
I still think Disney is gonna be around, and I think they'll have bought up everything.
Well,
Yep.
they'll be around, but are they still gonna be?
But I
Earthbound?
think Microsoft are going to buy Google. I don't think
Ooh.
necessarily that it's going to be Google. I think it's going to be Microsoft
Really?
and Nintendo and Disney.
I want to see a cyborg Bill Gates at the head of a joined together Microsoft Google. What would that be called? Micro-Google.
Micro-Google?
Googlesoft.
Goosoft.
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 It's going to be Goosoft. That sounds gross. Do not go with Goosoft, by the way, guys. If you're
So-
listening.
I say we call it Googlesoft.
Googlesoft.
It rolls better.
No.
Yeah. And Bill Gates is at the helm. Yeah. Cyborg Bill Gates that now has transferred his mind to a machine and is living forever.
Yes.
See,
That-
can I
they-
just say, micro goal doesn't sound too bad. Micro goal.
What about micro goo?
Micro-goo.
Goo is the first part. You can't mash them together like that. Micro
you
goo.
could. Micro-goo. It's
Eh,
not like big disgusting goo. It's micro.
it's micro
cute.
goo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute goo. That's where we're putting this. Cute goo.
Oh man.
Cute goo. Ugh.
I would really love
Uh,
to see a cyborg Bill Gates. I mean,
Where
Yeah.
look, he's got the money to do it. Definitely.
Would
If
he
anyone
sort
has
of
the money.
That's if
It's him.
anyone's got it, it's him.
Will he
Yeah.
set up post in the sort of the South Pole? You know, because he
No,
has
he's
to
going
be
to set up post in
perpetually
Disneyland
cooled.
because Disney is going to own him one day.
Guys, he's gonna own the universe. He can set up
No,
posts
no,
wherever
no,
the
no,
fuck he
no,
wants.
no. You know full well it's Disney. Disney are going to win. They
Okay,
own pretty much everything in the entertainment.
I am choosing sides now for the upcoming Galactic Third War, or whatever it's going to be called. Google and Microsoft, that coalition is going to win. I'm sure the fight is going to be against Disney and those other lackeys.
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Nintendo are going to buy Disney. I'm sure of it. No, Disney are going to buy Nintendo rather.
Do Nintendo have enough money to do so?
Yeah, they don't have the
Or would
money
they just
to buy
be on
Disney.
their own, like an independent nation?
Maybe, but I think like Sony is going to fizzle out. I'm pretty sure Sony's going to fizzle out. Disney are going to buy Nintendo because Nintendo are all cutesy. So Disney are going to want that, obviously.
And then
I think
Disney
it's going to be
and Nintendo are going to have an army of 10-year-olds. Those are the people who are going to fight their war.
No,
and because
wouldn't it be
the army
much
is going to be
older
so
fanboys
cute, you won't be able to attack them.
Yeah, but the thing is, the war isn't actually going to be real. It's going to be a virtual war. So everyone's going to have a virtual
Which is why the 10-year-olds
headset.
are going to win.
Yeah, because they are good at games.
Yeah.
And, you know, summer holidays, they are kicking ass.
Anyway, people who are listening to the podcast, please choose sides. Are you side Google or are you side Disney in the upcoming war?
Yeah,
Make a
let
choice.
us know. Let us know which way
I
you
mean,
think it's going to go.
we're asking the important questions here, people.
But hold on, what will happen to Panasonic and Sony and Samsung?
Panasonic, they're barely even alive now.
Panasonic doesn't exist. Do you remember? David is not old enough to remember this. Panasonic had a gaming console.
Oh, the 3DO.
The 3DO, yes.
Oh.
Which was like the most
I'm not
advanced
sure
thing
I'm old
ever.
enough to know that one.
But
I've watched a lot of ABGN to know what
it cost a lot of money. No one bought it. It was amazing, but God, did it so badly. I think it might be responsible for Panasonic's death as a company.
Yeah,
quite probably.
I mean,
they still do TVs, don't they?
Yeah, but they take panels from Samsung. Like they don't do any original.
No,
they're just
they
manufacturers at this point.
I'm fairly sure Panasonic and Toshiba are pretty much the same thing, and you just have a different brand over the top of the.
I'm pretty sure
casing.
all the panels are getting designed in like one factory, and depending on the grade that the panel comes out, oh, this is a bit shittier.
This is a bit shitty. Let's give it a Panasonic.
Yeah. They can build a TV out of that.
Yeah.
The good ones we'll give to Samsung and Sony.
Yeah.
Although Sony do have a polymer controllers, I have to say, I got a Blu-ray player from them, and I can't even update the player because the remote does not work
Batteries.
for some odd reason. No.
Did you shake the controller? Because that always works.
I shook the controller. I banged it on
your hand because that's what you always do.
Did you have this urban legend in the UK that you could put batteries in the freezer and recharge them?
No. The stupid people were told you can put them in the microwave and recharge them. Oh, that was brilliant. The time of the microwave explosions. Yeah. There were so many people in the 90s doing that. It was like crazy. Phone batteries as well. They were told with the 3310 and shit like that. If you put the battery in the microwave, you can charge it. Oh man, they fell for that. It was great.
I mean,
maybe that's where the Gremlins idea came from.
Darwin's law, isn't it?
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest. Like
you got to, haven't you? Though.
David,
I think if you warm up batteries, they work better, don't they? If you warm them up and shake them a bit.
I don't know.
Don't
but
go
they
down
do
the
work.
warming up
Seriously,
things
David,
theory
they do. Yeah,
again.
if you warm up the battery and shake it a bit, I bet it works better.
This is Cazz, who thinks that warming up dice makes them roll better.
Yeah, but it does. It makes them bounce differently. If they're warm, they bounce differently.
Look, we named the podcast after your ridiculous idea.
I've tested it. No. You guys decided that this was the name because you wanted to take the piss out of me. That was your choice. But at the end of the day, they bounce better, okay? I've tested this. They work better.
I want to go back to David because I hijacked his topic.
No ways. What were you talking about? Was it like it was E3, wasn't it? Or
no, you
Switch
talked about
consoles?
books initially, and then I jumped into Rivers of
Oh
London,
yeah,
and
went from Vivs to
then
London
we did that
to
thing that we do where we end up in a totally different place from where we started. Yeah, so I want to take it back because I know you
Okay.
watched PaizoCon or whatever it's
I
called.
did,
I think
yes.
it's called PaizoCon.
Yes, PaizoCon happened, I think it was only a few days ago. I only caught it up whilst I was drawing, whilst I was doing the bits and bits on my PC, watching videos, everything about it. And essentially what they've done is they haven't announced anything substantially new, but instead reiterated and given a bit more context of what the books will actually be. For instance, the
Was it exclusively Pathfinder, or did they announce Starfinder?
They had some
shit
Starfinder
as
stuff, but they mainly focused on the new books of Pathfinder in this.
Anything good?
Guns and Gears got a bit more explanation, saying that
Okay.
what classes can use what kind of tools. So I think they're using like as a crafter, you can make so many more mechanical items rather than just alchemical items. So hopefully there might be something with an alchemist having a new sort of class type being referred to as like some new fuels, engines, and fuels.
I swear to God,
machinery.
it's like listening to someone talk about sports. I know so little about Pathfinder that all the terminology he's using, it's like someone speaking about the World Cup.
Oh my goodness!
No, it's not that bad. Come on.
I don't know, class options.
No, because all you have to do is just like listen,
Okay.
because the words he's saying are actually English.
Well, sometimes.
Well, no, they're English. They're just not the right words.
I've just noticed something that is incredibly substantial. Is that, well, I've just noticed what the covers are going to look like for Guns and Gears, and also
does it have?
Do they have pretty pictures?
Extremely pretty pictures.
Okay.
Look, I'll give that to Paizo and Pathfinder. Their artwork is fucking amazing. It's
right.
really
I've just posted something.
And
have a look at that
consistent,
beauty.
Which I really appreciate across different books.
Yeah.
The artwork is consistent. The style doesn't change between books.
Nope.
In all honesty, when I'm reading, air quotes, reading reference books, all I'm doing is looking at the pretty pictures anyway.
Yeah. I do the same thing with Playboy. I just look at the pictures. I don't even read the articles.
I mean, like, if I'm looking for something specific in a reference book, I will look for something specific. But when I receive a book, I just tend to look through and look at the pretty pictures, and then when I want to look for something, yeah.
I like this topic actually. How do you treat a new book? Like, what's the ritual?
Oh, the first thing I do, I stroke the front cover
okay.
to see, like, because it's always really soft, and then I just open somewhere in the book, shove my nose in, and take a deep breath of new book smell.
Oh man!
And then I close the book and do it again in a different place, because generally, it's at that point that I actually start looking through the book and just look through the pretty pictures. I don't read it. I never read it straight away. I have
this thing that I have to read the foreword always.
Okay.
I read the foreword because it usually explains like the journey of the book, like how it started and how it ended and all in between, and I really enjoy that. But yeah, I also like hug it a bit and smell it.
Yeah.
And
you look at the pretty picture on the front for a long time. What about you, David?
You don't do that.
No, what I tend to do is I open it, I have a glance through, but then go to the
you open
index.
it, you don't sniff it.
You don't sniff your books.
Oh
it's
my
because
God, you're such a weirdo.
I waft it. I sort of like go through all the pages, flip them all, get a good sort of like a waft of it.
Yeah,
and
then I do that. I do that after sniffing.
I go to the index. I always look at the index and see if anything catches my eye before I have a look through, because there might be something I go, ooh, okay, new runes, or
I don't think I've ever
this one I haven't
noticed.
That's what I tend to do.
I'm glad you said those sentences, because I was just thinking, if anybody just started listening at this point, they'd wonder what we're taking a good whiff of, and putting our nose in and sniffing really hard, People would be concerned. I'm just saying.
But
Yeah.
seriously, David, like,
You
don't
don't
just
sniff it.
don't just open the book. Like, it's not. It's like being on a date. You don't have to rush things.
No.
You need to take your time with it.
It's because I've had a few books and they haven't got cellophane. So I open them and they have that weird cardboardy smell that you usually have.
We can't be
What?
friends anymore. We can't be
Is it
friends.
Paper.
I'm
That's
sorry.
new paper, David.
No, it's
Weird
like
cardboardy smell in this podcast. These words were spoken in this podcast. Oh, I don't. I'm not.
It's
I
the
don't
smell
feel
of a
good.
new book.
all
I
that
don't feel
bubble
good.
wrappy sort of smell. You know that sort of like it's been out in the warmth. It's been
Not the
being
inside of the
delivered.
book.
No,
The outside maybe, but
Yeah.
the inside of the book.
no. Sometimes
hasn't
it
been
goes
opened-
into the book. It's like ugh.
No, if it hasn't been opened.
Also, what books are you buying that are wrapped in bubble wrap?
Some Pathfinder books, some art books.
Okay, do you want to take that back? They're not wrapped in bubble wrap. Do you want to rephrase that?
Blah, blah, blah. They're more like the plasticky sort of bubble wrap.
Rephrase it. Blah, blah, blah.
Is that better? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. It's not bubble wrap, it's blah, blah, blah.
They got a plastic
Yes.
wrap. It's not bubble wrap.
Yeah, but if he's buying it second hand from someone.
She's not buying second hand.
Oh,
He's
I dunno.
too posh. He's too posh for that.
He's not too posh.
I
Give
do buy
over.
I do buy stuff second hand sometimes, as that's the only way
Have
to
you ever
guess.
bought any piles of books second hand?
Oh God, no! I would only get.
God, no. What do you think I
I'm
am? Some
not-
sort of commoner?
I'm not a
I'm no
peasant.
peasant.
I buy it
God's
full
sake.
price.
Second hand? How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Oh dear me. Ah,
Don't feel bad, David. I've never bought anything second hand.
yeah.
I've never bought anything second hand.
I
Have
don't
you?
think I've ever bought any reference books or RPG books secondhand.
There are things that I would buy second hand just because they don't exist anymore in the primary market, but they're too expensive for me to buy. So
Ah,
yeah, I'm waiting
Yeah,
for re-releases.
I'm still eluded
That's
by
understandable.
Kung Fu Panda, the art book for Kung Fu Panda. It's something like £500 now if you want to buy used.
What?
Yeah,
Used?
they only made a certain amount of them, and they didn't expect the movie
Why?
to be so good.
Well, supply and
And then-
demand.
Yeah, I
I
had the
mean,
chance to buy
it
it for 20
wasn't-
and I didn't. So
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't £500 secondhand good.
well, it is good. It's Nicholas Marlette's work, so it's
I don't
very
know.
good.
I did not
The
enjoy
thing
the
is,
film
Does
that
it
much.
sell?
So
Blasphemy.
I'm surprised.
Because I see ridiculous auctions on eBay all the time, but that doesn't mean they sell for
No,
us guys.
that's true. Yeah.
I've only seen stuff off eBay, Amazon, a few other second-hand booksellers. I think they know the worth of the book and give it a consistent price around about 500. But
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
But
thank
yeah,
you.
so that's my.
I saw this weird auction online. It went for a little bit more than I was willing to spend. It went for £8,500.
Good.
It was a collection of witchcraft things from like the 1700s, like original. Like, we got this witch and these are her stuff, and it had like a book with spells and all that.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
£8,500 it went for.
I mean, that's pretty cool, but that's
It is pretty cool.
expensive.
Look, these are the kinds of stuff I'm gonna buy when I become a millionaire.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, sure,
that's fair.
bid
but like,
100k on it.
I feel like I'd have to be a billionaire before I did that.
No.
I've got my own spell book. I don't need the used one.
Have you ever been to an auction then?
I
I've
know
only
how we
been to
brushed
one.
away the fact that Cazz has her own spell book, and we moved
I know
on.
that is a oddity,
Yeah, well,
but
I mean, not being funny. You all know I'm a witch. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
I know you think you're a witch. That's different.
I'm fairly sure I cursed you at one point in time.
Yeah, but just because my thing turned green doesn't mean your
Purple,
spell
wasn't
was
it?
successful. Was it purple? Well, it was
Yeah.
purple
No,
the
you
first day, then it went
Yeah.
green.
And then it went green.
Yeah, your spell's
Yeah.
a bit off. It sort of turned.
And then it went an off yellowish kind of colour
Yeah.
before turning back to normal.
Yeah. Normal is black, by the way. I don't know why. That's the default color.
Ooh.
That's Fair enough.
That's something you might have to go to a GP for.
Yeah, I think you need to go see a doctor.
Why? I have a discolored penis. A lot of people have that. No, they don't. And we are in that weird zone again.
Load of listeners were going, oh, that's fine then. Oh, well, if his is black, my.
By the way, we're not
purple
offering medical advice.
Nope.
This is not what we're doing. You can't
Do
sue
not
us.
send us pictures of your penis.
Or if you
No,
do,
don't
please
wanna
send them
see
to
them.
Cazz.
Don't send them to me. I don't want to see them.
Nope.
I don't
Yeah,
need to see them.
Look,
A swift block.
as a piece of advice to people, and especially young men, no one wants to see your fucking penis. No one.
Nope.
Outside,
Ugh.
the proper
Outside of
context.
relationships.
Yeah.
Or
Don't
if you've
send
got a
dick
medical
pics,
issue, a doctor.
You idiots.
Yeah,
No one
wants to see
saw a dick
those.
pic and is like, oh yeah, I gotta have him right now. No.
No, but as a woman, I've got to say the penis is one of the most strangest looking bodily
Isn't
organs
it?
ever.
I've had this
I
theory.
mean-
Look. I mean, I'm gonna say stupid stuff like, you know how sex works. Like your body increases, like releases endorphins and all that, and it's a
Yeah,
pleasurable
yeah.
experience. Yeah. The reason the body does that is because if it didn't, we would have been
Nobody would have
extinct as a
sex.
species.
Yeah.
Like
Nobody would have sex, let's be
take
honest.
take a step back and examine the whole situation. It's ridiculous.
If it
Like
wasn't
sex-
enjoyable, it wouldn't happen. It's a little bit yucky, isn't it? Let's be
It
honest.
is very yucky and it's very weird. Like if you take the fun out of it, like if you take the drugs that your brain literally gives
Pours
you,
into you, yeah.
yeah, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, really?
Why? Yeah, why would we do that?
Could you please close your
Admit
legs? Shit,
regret.
that's disgusting. I don't want to look at that.
Do you think maybe that's something that like obviously it's had to happen, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like I reckon one day the population's going to grow so much that we're going to have to evolve to not enjoy sex for a while, just so that the population dies down a bit. Because otherwise we're really screwed as it is anyway.
We're what now? 7 billion? Like, Jesus
I think,
Christ.
8 billion, isn't it now?
Yeah.
I think it's
7,
about 8
8?
billion now.
Like,
7,
Yeah.
7, 8 billion.
whenever I see a friend on Facebook say, "Oh my God, we're pregnant," I think, why? Just don't. We don't need any more children. If you want to have a child, go adopt one. Don't have a child. That's weird.
But it's the whole like nature thing, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
we
because
are
your body tells you.
hardwired
Yeah, exactly.
to want to reproduce.
Mm.
We're hardwired to do it, to want to.
Think about that, people. Your brain has to trick you to have sex. It tricks you every
It
time.
tricks you into having sex,
And
and
now,
it tricks you into reproducing.
and now the next time you're gonna have sex with your partner, you're gonna think about what I just said.
No, they're not.
And you're gonna
because-
laugh.
because the drugs in their brain are not going to let them.
No. They're gonna think it because
No, they're
I've
not.
planted
They're
the
not.
seed now. Okay, Cazz, next time.
No, I'm not listening. La, 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 la. No, we're not having this conversation. You are not ruining sex, okay?
And Rob is gonna be like, "Why the fuck are you laughing? Why are you laughing?"
We laugh all the time. It's one of those, yeah.
That's
But no,
good.
I like. Yeah, the human brain is a little bit strange, and let's be honest, nobody understands everything about it. But
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you agree with me that human reproduction is weird and disgusting.
it's a bit of a weird process.
Like,
let's
if
be
we
honest.
were like a truly evolved, amazing species, we would do something else. I don't know, something
Yeah,
more
but
fancy.
it's not just that either, is it? It's like when the woman is finally pregnant or whatever, like it's like her body is trying to evict this alien within her. Like that's why they have all of these random side effects like vomiting and all sorts of shit going on. Because you're trying to get rid of this invasive being inside of you.
You have alien
crazy.
DNA in your body.
Yeah,
You have half the DNA of someone that shouldn't be there.
exactly.
And your
How
body's like,
fucking
what
weird are
the
humans?
fuck is...
Humans are so goddamn weird, it's ridiculous.
But you're basically a host to an alien organism for 9 months. That's what you are.
Yeah.
And then when he decides that, okay, I'm ready to exit. Oh, let's not even talk about
Tears
birth.
itself out.
Let's not
of
even
you.
talk about birth. Like,
don't.
oh
It's
my
crazy.
God.
That's
I just spat
absolutely
my
crazy.
tea then.
Human body is just nuts. Like,
Uh,
why
Yeah.
have we decided? Why, as a species, have we decided that that is the most efficient way
well,
to reproduce? Why
Cazz,
can't we just
we didn't decide it. There wasn't like a meeting, and people were like, "Okay,
I
how do you think we
Our
should reproduce?"
cells obviously decided as we evolved. Obviously,
Mhm.
Because that was the most
eventually the
efficient
decision
way,
was
probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It
not. It's
sort of
not.
gave up and
It's not.
said,
It's not only that,
"Well,
right? But the
Can we get
generally.
Can we have Richard Dawkins as a guest
Richard Dawkins."
so he can explain to us? Oh my God, we would make him cry. He would be like, "I can't
Yeah.
believe you're so stupid." Oh my
The
God,
thing
I
is,
can't.
right? It's not just that, right? Nature in the natural world, right?
Mhm.
The
Nature in
male
the
is
natural
actually
world,
supposed to be the strongest of the species, right? They're supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying in every single case that is
I always thought it was the
true,
the
right?
females always
But
the strongest.
no, men are physically stronger, physically more powerful,
Yeah, and
supposedly
women
in
have
nature,
other
right?
traits.
And
Yeah.
the women are the ones carrying the offspring.
Not in
Like, they can't fight
seahorses,
off.
apparently.
No, in seahorses it's men. But like, yeah, you're looking at the fact that you're not only trying to like grow this alien inside of you, but you've got to try and do it whilst also potentially being mauled by a saber-toothed tiger.
Basically, when you're having sex, you're basically fighting an invader into your body who wants to impregnate you with an alien organism.
Yeah. This is
Why-
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness.
Humans are a
I'm never
very, very
dating
strange.
again, am
Yeah. I think
Can I
halfway
have an
through that I was like
asexual
weirded.
relationship? That's pretty much my existence anyway now, so I'll just be
An
there.
asexual
I'm
relationship.
fairly sure you can't reproduce that way, but that's fine because you want to adopt anyway, don't you?
Me?
Well,
No, I don't
you
want
said
kids.
that actually having. Oh, okay. Well, then sorted.
Yeah, there we go.
You can have a relationship with
I just
yourself.
need to find another
That's
weirdo.
normal.
The
Yeah.
I don't
first
want a
part of the
relationship with
relationship is a
myself. It's
relationship
boring.
with yourself.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really peaceful.
Sometimes it is, but when you do it for 8 years, Cazz, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Is it 8? Let me count. Oh shit, it's 8, isn't it? Oh,
Wait, it's
fuck.
been
Anyway,
8 years
before we go
since.
down the depressive route and keep going down the depressive route, please, David, please
Yes.
say anything that is separate topic.
I was going to say, it's been a while since we've had this.
It's
and
been a
I'm
while.
really.
True, David. It has been a while, mate.
Oh, David, you just let him
let him
slip
in.
right in there, didn't you?
Oh, Cazz, you're killing me.
I actually, no, going back a topic.
Sometimes going back helps, yeah. Yeah.
No, sometimes it doesn't.
You must thrust forward into a topic.
Oh, no.
We're in that place
ever-
now.
Have you
I
ever
probably
been
have,
to?
but go on.
We sort of brushed past this as we were going about witches and all the like.
Yeah.
Have you ever been into an auction?
Into an
Wait, have
auction.
Been
An
into
auction.
an auction.
Yes. Whether it
Do
be
you
an
mean
art
like an
auction
auction
or
like in
anything.
the movies or a real one?
A real one.
Yes.
Oh.
I've been into an auction where they were auctioning houses and it was really depressing.
Yes,
Because
I went to one that was auctioning cars.
Oh.
I used to work as I used to work for a bank, and I had to attend in like a professional capacity when we were like, oh, you can't pay for your mortgage, we're gonna repossess, get your house and sell it. Yeah, it wasn't a fun experience. No.
And your car experience, Cazz?
I went along with a friend. They wanted someone to go with them, and I went with them. And it was just I wasn't there to buy a car. I was there to be
Support
their
them.
posse. Yeah, support someone buying a car.
David, have you been in an auction, or
I've
was that
been
just a
to
totally
a-
random question?
I've been to a furry auction.
A fairy auction. What
okay,
the fuck were
what?
they auctioning?
It's a charity.
What were
So
they
there's-
auctioning off?
Was it people?
They were auctioning off artworks.
These not people.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
And fursuit bits and
Any of your artwork?
no, none of my artwork. But I was with someone who was spending a lot of money.
Oh, I
on
think I
stuff.
know this story. I think we've talked about this.
Yeah, It was during my first experience
It's
of the con.
it's in the same universe as the Dragon Builder story.
Yes,
isn't
it
It's
is,
the same
yes.
con. Yeah.
It's the same
Oh,
con.
hang on. So it was an auction within a convention.
Yes, it was.
Right,
Yeah, good
okay.
parity. I think
I
we
was wondering
raised.
how this would come about otherwise. I was like, who just has a furry auction? Like,
I don't
you
know.
know, an auction house just decides one day they're gonna.
We don't know, guys. They're fucking weird. Like,
How dare!
No, hang on, don't be mean. But
We're
it's
very
just.
talented.
I'm not being
Oh
mean.
no,
This is me
he's
being
not talking
polite.
about furries. He's talking about auction
Oh
houses.
yes.
Yeah, but it
Furries
was
aren't weird. Auction houses are.
I think
Okay.
there was stuff like they found a piece of cheese that was left on a table, and they stuck it in resin, and they sold it.
What?
fucking
Yeah,
artists, man. I
yeah,
swear
it
to God.
happened on the last day of the last con that was
You know
set
what
in
I
the old
find
venue.
really weird and creepy? When people auction dates. Like,
Oh,
you can have
God.
a night
Oh,
out
when
with,
they auction
like,
people.
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah,
guys,
that's so weird.
this is fucking creepy. Why are we doing this still?
This is like
I will go for
selling
100,000
people.
for that. Yeah.
That's like.
Do you want to date this beautiful woman? The bid starts at 100 quid.
You have to pay, to pay for a date. It's just.
Yeah.
I would actually,
Even if
I
it's
was
for
ever in that,
charity, it's still a bit weird.
Yeah,
if I was ever in that
it's a
situation,
bit
I'd be
too
saying,
close to
is this something you
prostitution.
want to do, or do you want
Yeah.
to just go and actually be,
No, but everyone in that context thinks, oh yeah, this is fine. It's creepy.
I mean, it's not. It's not as bad as that because at the end of the day, the person being auctioned has put themselves in that position. They
Obviously.
volunteered for
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
but we're still bidding on a
So-
human, and it's a bit
and
weird.
personalities and
I wouldn't, to be honest,
other-
I wouldn't want to be put in that position only because I wouldn't want to know how cheap
I wouldn't
people
be.
think I am as a date.
I
They would
wouldn't want to
not-
be in
They
that
would not pay
position
that much.
because no one would bid on me. I'd be
That's
like,
what I would be worried
like
about
that.
is that people not bidding on a date with me, and I'd be like, that's
That's
fine.
why you have friends in the audience,
But-
and if that happens, they bid on you, and you're like,
Yeah.
you pay them back.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it would just be a bit.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to do that anyway, but if I was in that situation,
I think for
I think that would be a
our
fair.
100th episode, we should have an auction for a date with David, and then we give the money to charity.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Our 100th
See?
episode, a date with David. He actually.
He's
yeah.
on board.
Yes, it'd be an online date for now because we don't know where the listeners are going to be.
David,
100
100th
episodes.
episode.
We're only on 19.
That's
mind.
80 weeks away. That's more than a year and a half away.
Yeah.
David.
Yeah.
If we're still in lockdown, I'm gonna shoot myself. No, I didn't say that. No, sorry.
I mean, if we're still in lockdown, I'm going to wonder what the fuck is going on with the government.
No, maybe it's
Because-
not a lockdown because of the virus, but instead Google and Microsoft are having a sort of a
They're having
battle
a
outside.
showdown.
I mean, I'd be up for that. That sounds cool.
I mean, if we're on lockdown because we got to see that online, I'd be okay with that. I don't want to see that.
Do you think it's gonna be like a pay-per-view event? Probably. And
Yeah,
then
I mean, they wanna get
HBO
money
will
from it,
carry
don't
it,
they?
and I would have to go get a subscription for Now TV because no one. Oh, such a
Oh.
mess.
What
By
if?
the way, did you see Friends?
No,
see the
Not
I did
yet.
beginning
not.
episode?
Not yet. Please don't ruin it.
Oh no!
Oh, I have to wait for myself
Cazz.
and Rob to be free at the same time, and it's
It
impossible.
was so good.
don't no.
Is it heartwarming?
It is very
Don't say
heartwarming.
don't say any words. Don't say any words. I'm ending this podcast now. I'm going. Bye.
No.
No, come back. I'm not gonna
Okay,
say.
okay,
I'm
okay.
not gonna say anything about how Matthew Perry.
No, I'm not listening. Stop.
Actually, what a good way to end it would be is, have you backed anything, Cazz?
Have I backed anything? What you mean
Yes.
since the last time you asked me?
Yes, it's been a while.
It's been a while, and the answer is yes, because I'm addicted.
Oh, did you
That's
want to
fine,
sit down
Cazz.
and talk about that?
We
You
still
know,
love you.
Um.
Do we need to have intervention?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to sit down, we can have an intervention.
I
Or
I won't turn up because I'll be too busy backing Kickstarter projects. But that's fine. You have it without me. You're fine.
We're gonna make a project called Intervention. You're gonna back it, and that's how we're gonna get you.
Yes. That actually sounds like a really good idea.
I don't know.
But
about
you'll
that,
also
but-
probably make quite a bit of money because there are a lot of people who are also addicted
Yes.
And also
to
those
that's
backing
true.
people
Kickstarters.
who would back like anything.
Yeah.
Like I see some of those Kickstarters being funded. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like why?
See some of what being funded?
Some Kickstarters.
Yeah, there are some things out there. There's a lot of like badges and pin badges and stuff like that, and I'm like, why?
I mean,
It's like
I'm
so many.
I'm fine with that. It's just that there are some really bad ideas out there, and people are like, "Oh, that's a good idea." No, it's not. You're
Yeah.
gonna regret. You're gonna regret bidding on this, supporting this. But yeah. Anyway, so Cazz, what have you backed?
I don't want to tell you.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
that makes for amazing content. Thank you very much,
No,
Cazz.
no, okay.
Is there
It's a bit
anything
of a
you
tough
can
one,
discuss?
really. It's no. It's a bit of a tough one because it's a gift for somebody who might listen to this
Okay.
podcast. So
Ah,
I
okay.
can't really say anything because I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Right.
Fair enough. Have you is that the only one you've backed, or is there any other on your radar potentially?
Yeah,
Can
but I
you-
mean they're just.
Can you tell us anything about it? Like,
Can I tell you anything about it? It is tabletop gaming related.
tabletop gaming related. Okay.
Yes.
Very cryptic. Right.
Yes.
Well, we'll respect the fact that you can't say anything about it because gift reasons.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a tough one. Like,
By
I
the way,
didn't realise I was going to get put on the spot.
It's David's, isn't it?
It's David's birthday
June,
next.
July. When is
July.
it, David? Is it July?
July 14th.
July 14th. Yeah.
I need to start
It's coming
prepping
up.
for your birthday.
Yeah, me too. David, what do you want for your birthday? Just tell us now.
Oh, you put me on the spot
nothing-
right now.
No fairy shit. Okay, you're not getting that.
Oh, that's mean. Like, you can have furry shit if you want. I don't know how I would get furry shit.
You get a fairy, you get him to shit.
Get them to
Easy.
shit and then mail it to him. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please. There'll be
Go
bits
on,
of.
David. What do you want for your birthday?
Yeah,
I
what do you
don't
want for your
know.
birthday? Come on. You
That's
haven't been
tough.
thinking.
No, I've
Oh,
been
you
mainly.
know what? You've got a month, right? Just
Yeah.
over a month, and you've got people who want to buy presents for you, and you haven't
Maybe
written a list.
some of our listeners want to send you presents for your birthday.
Yeah.
I don't
We
know.
could do a live unboxing.
Well, if people send us stuff, we'll definitely do a live unboxing.
Oh,
Stuff
yeah.
they send us.
We have
I
to
mean,
get
if
a
people
it
PO
would be
box.
rude not to.
It would be rude not to. I'm not giving anyone my address though. I'll give you David's address or
Don't,
Vass's
please.
address.
I mean, if you
Don't.
want to send us stuff, you can reach out to us and we'll give you an address.
Yeah.
Yes.
Currently, I'm hiding from David and Vass. They don't know where I live, so I can't share my address.
Yes, we do.
No, you
Yeah, we
don't.
do.
Oh,
Yes,
damn,
we do.
I
I'm
forgot.
going to send you something right now. I'm going to go on Amazon and I'm going to find something. I don't know what.
Why? What?
Yeah.
Are you going to go on one of those, like, I don't know, one of those deal things and just
So,
like, that's what
Cazz,
I'm doing for your birthday. I've decided. I'm going to go on Amazon deals and I'm just going to scroll and put my finger randomly with my eyes
just
closed
send him
and that
like
is what you're getting.
50 pounds of lube gel or something.
£50, as in the weight
Weight,
of lube.
cost, I don't know, whatever works for you.
Do you remember that time that I
do.
got Alexa to order lube on your behalf?
Oh, you wouldn't
That
believe
was funny.
the amount
Did
of
you actually receive it?
recommendations I
Wasn't
got
even
from
the cheap shit.
Amazon.
Yes, I was in his house. I
my
hadn't had an
God.
Alexa at that point, and he was like, "Oh, I got this new Alexa." Like, obviously, this was years ago, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And he was saying, "Yeah, if you call her and you can say," and I was like, "Alexa, buy lube." And
And it
anybody playing this loud in their home with an Alexa is now getting lube.
Yeah.
You are welcome. But I actually went through the whole process of, are you
I mean,
sure?
It
This
didn't
is the one you can have.
It didn't buy the
It
lube,
did.
but It
You had
added
to
it to my
cancel.
basket. No, it
Oh,
added
added
it to
to-
the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the best thing about it, right, was that after that, it was like, you might be interested in this.
Yeah.
And it was just giving him recommendations for lube on Amazon.
I mean, I saw some interesting stuff that I didn't know existed.
Really?
You know, it was very informative. Yeah, So
All right, fair
You've
enough.
explored that side of
do yourself
Amazon.
a favor and add some lube to your basket.
No, I don't want to.
That sounded very dirty. Add some lube to your basket.
Boo.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Okay, so apparently David doesn't want any presents because he hasn't said anything.
I don't
That's
know.
good.
You've put me on the spot. Like,
David, I just went down that deals thing, right, on
yeah.
Amazon, and the gift that came up was a ring sizer.
A what?
Oh, those
Ring
things.
sizer, yeah, it's a measurement with for checking your wrist, your finger for rings.
Oh,
Isn't that based on recommendations about your searches?
No, it's on the deals section.
but isn't that still based on your recommendations?
I hope
Cazz,
not, because next to it,
have you been searching for a ring sizer, Cazz?
I was to say, I hope not, because next to it is insole memory foams. Underneath it is push pop up fidget toys. So no, I'm fairly sure it's not, because they're recommending all sorts of shit to me that I would never buy and have never bought on Amazon.
Sure. Okay.
It's
Awkward
Father's Day coming up
silence.
soon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say about it. A lot of the stuff on the deals section is just deals, isn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
it is.
Yeah. For me, it's a case of, because I get everything with the family, it's recommending loads of weird stuff.
No, that's a separate recommendation thing. It's not the Amazon deals. If you go in the section for recommended,
yeah, that's a different section.
that's a different section.
I
I don't know.
Anyway,
Well,
I think
Either way,
we've
that is
bored our
what you're
audience
getting
enough.
for your birthday.
Wow. Thank you, Cazz. That is
Look,
fantastic.
dude, we gave you an option. You didn't say anything. So
You
don't
did.
blame it on us.
Okay, so I just scrolled again, right? And the next thing that came up was a dress with dinosaurs on it.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. Can I
So,
have that?
yeah, you can have that if you want.
Yeah,
it's
do like
a
extra large.
It's a strappy
Strappy.
dress with colourful dinosaurs all over it. So
See,
David's getting a dress for his birthday. Sorted.
Yay!
we need more clothes like that. We need fun clothes, people.
We do. They're only for children though.
And we need why is it not appropriate for me, an adult, to wear a dinosaur dress
it is
to work?
appropriate. Oh right. I mean, it's not necessarily the fact that it's
Because no one wants to see that, Vass. No one. Not even you.
Kaz, I know what's going
Yes.
on the thumbnail this week.
Vass in a dinosaur dress. Yes, it is.
In between the apocalypse of the Googling empire and the
Yeah.
Samsung and
Look, you're gonna have to draw
Casio.
it. I'm
Yeah.
fine with it. I don't care.
I'm not drawing it.
I don't know.
Obviously not it.
David has to draw it.
I'm in work this week, so we'll have to come up with something.
Right, I think before we say anything more ridiculous that we might create a thumbnail out of, I think it's time we said goodbye. If it's me who's drawing.
Okay.
I
And if
don't
it's me
want to be
who's
doing
editing,
that.
because this is a big fucking episode, guys.
This
Yeah.
is.
Alright,
So
let's wrap
everyone,
it up.
shut up.
Excuse me.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week.
See you next week, people. Bye.
Bye.
And a good day to you.